This was supposed to be just a hike, fresh air, peace. But halfway through the trail, something changed. I wasn't alone anymore. Something was following me. And I swear, it was watching, waiting. It was a Saturday morning. A remote hiking trail in the deep woods of Florida. I'd been there before, but this time, I went alone. No cell signal, no people. Just me and the wild. About 40 minutes in, I noticed it. Silence, no birds, no wind, just quiet. Too quiet. Then at the first sound, a hiss, low, steady, coming from the bushes on my left. I froze, looked around, but saw nothing. I told myself, it's just the wind. But the wind doesn't hiss. As I kept walking, the feeling got worse. I could feel it. Eyes, something, tracking me. I turned around. Again. Nothing. But then, I heard it. Leaves moving. Behind me. Slow. Deliberate. I stepped off the trail, looking around, and that's when I saw it. A massive, shed snake skin wrapped around a tree, fresh, still moist. That was not a normal snake, it was big, too big. I backed away, but then I saw the tracks. Drag marks in the dirt, leading deeper into the woods. I tried to turn back, but the trail suit was gone. The path I came from disappeared. The forest wasn't the same anymore. The hiss got louder, closer. Then, a branch snapped. Something massive moved through the trees, circling me. I held my breath, turned, and saw movement, a shape, scales, shimmering in the shadows. I ran as fast as I could, but it was behind me. I could hear it, slithering, following, getting closer. My legs were burning, my lungs screaming, but I didn't stop. Suddenly, I saw a clearing, the parking lot. I sprinted, jumped into my car, locked the doors, and drove. I didn't even look back. Later, when I checked, that trail didn't exist on any map. Local rangers told me that area has been off limits for years. People say there's something there, something that doesn't belong in this world. So if you ever hear a hiss in the middle of nowhere, run, because sometimes the shadows crawl. And if you think this was terrifying, wait until you hear about the guy who bought an abandoned house without knowing what lived inside the basement. He bought an abandoned house, but he didn't know what lived in the basement. True story. When I bought that house, I thought it was the best deal of my life. Cheap, remote, quiet. But the moment I opened that basement door, I knew something was wrong. And what I found is something I'll never forget. I'd been looking for a place to start fresh. Something cheap, away from the city. And when I saw this listing, a 70-year-old house, dirt cheap, I couldn't believe it. The photos looked fine, a bit old, sure, but nothing alarming. The seller told me it's been empty for years, but structurally it's fine. I should have known. When someone says that, it never ends well. The first day, as I was moving in, I noticed it. A weird smell. Damp, rotten, like wet dirt mixed with something metallic. I followed the smell, and it led to the basement door. I tried the doorknob, locked, no key anywhere. Strange, but I figured maybe the previous owner just sealed it off. I should have left it that way. Later that night, utter curiosity got the best of me. I grabbed a crowbar and forced it open. The smell hit me like a wave. Thick, wet, rotten. I pointed my flashlight down, but the stairs, as were broken, collapsed halfway down. It was just a pit of darkness. Then, I heard it. A hiss, faint, but real. Something moving down there. I leaned closer, trying to see, when suddenly I saw movement, something big, sliding across the dirt floor, scales, shimmering, even in the low light. I froze, my heart pounding, and then I saw the eyes, glowing, watching me from the dark. It wasn't just one. There were more. Shadows, moving, crawling. Something living down there. Something waiting. Then it happened. A loud crack. The wooden frame below the stairs snapped. Something massive slammed against it. Dust flew up. The ground trembled. I stumbled back, dropped my flashlight. Everything went black. In the dark, I heard it. Something scraping, getting closer. Then silence, followed by a whisper. I swear, I heard it whisper my name. I didn't wait to find out. I bolted, slammed the door, grabbed a chair, anything to block it. The noises continued, slithering, thumping, scratching, for hours, but I never opened that door again. The next morning, I called the seller, no answer. The listing deleted. I asked the neighbors. One of them, an old man, just shook his head and said, "You should have never opened that door. No one's lived there. For a reason." I sold the house the same week. Took a loss, didn't care, because whatever is living down there, it's still waiting. And if you think that's terrifying, wait until you hear about the couple who rented a cabin and realized they were not the only ones inside. The creepiest Airbnb ever. Something was living in the attic. True story. I thought it was just another weekend getaway. Cheap, quiet, in the middle of nowhere. But when the footsteps started from the attic every single night, I realized I wasn't alone. And what I found up there still haunts me to this day. It was supposed to be a peaceful trip, a weekend away from the city. The listing looked perfect. Old cabin, rustic, cozy, secluded. The owner, friendly, maybe too friendly, told me, "Enjoy the peace, but don't mind the noises at night. The house makes sounds." I laughed it off, but I shouldn't have. First night I noticed it. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, from the attic. But here's the thing, the listing said no attic. The entrance was sealed, or so I thought. I checked, walked around, nothing. Maybe old pipes, maybe the wood. I told myself that until the second night. Night 2. The sound started earlier. As soon as the sun went down, scratching, something moving right above my bed, then whispering, faint, but real. Not words, just breathing, heavy, strained, like something or someone was struggling to stay quiet. I grabbed a flashlight, checked every room, nothing, until I saw it. A small square in the ceiling, covered by an old wooden panel, slightly ajar. I stood there, staring. My hands were shaking. Something told me, don't open it, but curiosity always wins. I grabbed a chair, climbed up, and slowly pushed the panel aside. The smell hit me first. Mold, dirt, something else, coppery, like blood. I pointed the flashlight inside and saw clutter, old boxes, broken furniture, and something else. Piles of shredded fabric, nests, like something had been living there. I scanned left, then right, and then I saw it. 2 eyes, reflective, watching me from the corner. No movement, just staring. I whispered, "Hello?" And that was a mistake. It moved, fast, a shadow, long, slithering, something big, way too big to be any animal that should be up there. The floorboard shook, dust rained down, and then silence. Then a voice. A whisper. Right. Behind. Me. You shouldn't be here. I jumped down, ran to the door, but it was locked. It wasn't locked before. I pulled, kicked. Nothing. Then, footsteps from the attic. Heavy, dragging, getting closer, closer, until a loud crash. The panel above burst open. Something fell, hit the ground behind me. I didn't look. I ran through the back door into the woods, didn't stop. I drove and didn't even pack. Just left, didn't care. Called the police, told them what happened. They went to check. But here's the thing. The Airbnb. Gone. The listing. Disappeared. The house. Empty. No furniture. No signs of anyone ever being there. But I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And sometimes late at night, when everything is quiet, I swear I can still hear the footsteps above me. And if you think this was terrifying, wait until you hear about the guys who took a wrong turn into a town that doesn't exist on any map.